Hello everyone, welcome. Thanks for coming along. Yeah, it's great to be back. I know it seems like ages. The reason is it's because I'm doing more things obviously in person, and wherever I can, I'm actually in the wards. So although I work just one day a week, wherever I can, I'm there. So it's meaning that I have less time, I'm afraid, to do the online. So it's just occasional, but I am still adding some films, and it's still there. So I hope it's useful. It's lovely to see you all. Well, obviously I can't see you, but you can see me. Oh, Galen, thanks for joining. Yeah, hopefully there'll be a little group of us. Adrian, Eric, thank you, Eric. Stephen, hurrah! The team comes back together. It's lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining. I was just explaining about how, yeah, I'm doing a lot more in person. So actually, whenever I can, I'm in the wards. It's just really nice for patients and for staff. So yeah, so it's less on here, as I'm sure you've noticed. It's certainly not once a week or once every 2 weeks, is it? It's less, but anyway, we're still hanging on in there. It's quite a challenge to come across, to think of so many origami designs as well. There's something else I will share in August, I think mid-August, about a month's time, as an online film as well, so join me there. But I'm just thinking of summer holidays. It's nice to just feel a bit playful, obviously to get outside more as well. But it's been on my wish list. Was actually, when was it? Just before the pandemic, actually. The Easter before the pandemic, so almost, I suppose, less than a year before the pandemic. Actually went to South Korea, and I was just so interested to see how much origami is there. Of course, lots of origami paper comes from Korea, and it's also considered very important, Deborah. Also making the strung up cranes as well outside temples, and of course paper went to Korea first before Japan. And so yeah, they have their own thing going on there, very much so, very important. And it has been on my wish list to have a go at making these what's called dakchi tiles, and they feel so lovely. They are a bit thick, so if your hands are kind of older, it may be a bit tricky, but it's well worth a go if you can, and I think it's something to celebrate. So it's from at least the 1380s that chi has been played. I have to say it's quite a hard game. It has become more famous recently with Squid Games. Yeah, but it has much older origins than that. It's very physical, and it is very hard. I can attempt to show you, but the idea is you can make your own tiles, folding paper. So you'd make 5 tiles per person. One tile you throw at the others, and the idea is you can both throw at the same time. So if there's 2 of you, you've got your set of little cards and your one to throw down on it. The first person to flip over their 4 is the winner. And it's surprisingly difficult. Hello, Deborah Money. Lovely to have us all back together. Thank you for joining. Well done spotting it as well, because it's quite random, isn't it, when I appear? So the idea is you throw one at the other, and if it's hard enough, you might just flip it over. So the backs are kind of just a plain colour, and you can see whether that could happen. Make a wall hanging. I like that. There's something very sort of quite thick about these tiles. They're quite functional and lovely. People said they just feel lovely and strong. They really do. Yes, I agree. They would make a lovely display together. The 3-dimensionalness of them. And for those of you who love origami, there's no glue in there either. So they're very friendly to do. So I think it'll be one for your coloured papers. So for example, I've done myself a set of 5 sort of green and blues, and I did one slightly different for the throwing tile. I don't know if there is a throwing tile normally, but there's 5, one of which you throw down. So you'd need to make yourself a nice little set. It doesn't really matter what colour is on the back. I quite like just playing around with a bit of colours, just because it's quite fun. And then I made a second set, in this case with kind of orange warm papers. One there, I don't like to do it in the throwing tile, so I've got a sort of mixture of colours on the back. So this is your chance to go and find your nice papers. So each tile is actually made of 2 pieces of paper. I would absolutely do it at least this size, if not bigger. So definitely using 15 by 15 centimetre paper, 2 of them. Smaller, I really found it doesn't work. Larger, I think it can also work possibly better too. So jumping pieces. Shall I attempt to show you how this game works? I can attempt. I may well fail. If you watch the video that I've recorded, you'll see it takes me a long time to flip them over. I have found it best actually to do this on something like a sheep rug carpet. So it's got a lot of bounce in it. Hard surfaces are extremely hard to do. So I'll try on the sofa where I am. And I may well fail because it's actually very difficult to do. But in a way, that's what makes it a fun game, I think. So let me see if I can show you. Have any of you done this one before? Right. So try to throw as hard as you can. As you can see, it's not very easy. And it's better on a carpet, actually. But it really is. I think the higher up you can get to throw them, the better. Yeah, you're going to watch me hopelessly. But you can see there was some movement there. It's very hard to do. I think I might give up there. You can see the idea though. And if you actually do it on the floor onto a carpet, it's better. It needs a bit of distance, I think. It's a little bit difficult to. What a demonstration. Never do these things live. But anyway, let's make one tile. And if you can, then make 5 in total and then have a go at throwing them. But if you can, maybe make a second set so you can play this with someone else. Good luck. I did find on hard surface it was so hard, almost impossible. Whereas, yeah, I think throwing them so they land flat. Oh, maybe. So it's just something to, yeah, I'm sure you're right. Please do experiment. Has anyone done this before? Is there something? Sounds like Aileen, you must have done this before. Yeah. Well, I found it works quite well on a sheep rug carpet, and that's where actually I've been playing on a rug. So, right. So, first of all, make yourself or find 2 pieces of 15 by 15 centimetre paper. So, if I get, for example, myself, I'll just do white and cream so you can see what I'm doing. A4 or letter, folding it in half, good strong fold. And then you should be able to, yeah, it is. But it's much more physical now. It really feels like your heart can go off after doing this one. It's a really good workout should you get it going. I guess that's the point. It is a good challenging physical game, but it's quite fun that it comes from folding paper. I don't know whether it's always been with folding paper or not. I couldn't easily tell. I guess writing would more likely be in Korean than for us to read. So I'm intrigued. As I said, I think it's become more well known because of Squid Games. I was asked about that at the time a bit more, but there we go. Good fun though, and they're lovely, lovely objects. There we go. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, Eric. Yeah, this isn't a good one for fingers which may struggle, but hey, enjoy the entertainment or maybe you can do your own version with thinner paper and actually not throwing them. So there's definitely, you could do the same kind of principle, surely. There has to be a way, or just enjoy watching. So I'm actually going to show you the method that Eric described me, which I think is a very good one. So are you all ready? No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till we're all ready. So you need 2 pieces of paper, 2 different colours. I'll only show you it once and then it's for you. It's your summer project to continue with and make a set. That's quite pleasing. Great. Excellent. So the first step is they're quite simple to make, which is lovely, and they do feel great. So we're going to fold it into thirds, and this is always an interesting one. I know there's many ways you can do this. I personally love trying to do it just by eye, which is probably giving himself a hardest challenge. But can you see then this distance would be the same as this distance? Another way, which actually Eric described to me, which is great, is to do an S. So it's to do an S shape. And once they're all lined up perfectly, you can then squish it down. So that's one way of doing it. I have to say I like doing it by eye, so I'm going to attempt to do it that way. And you'll soon see whether it's worked or not. S method for me. Yeah, fair enough. Whichever method you like. I like trying to judge it by eye. I just find it very oddly pleasing. I'll find out whether I'm right or not. So this by this, or you can do the S-shape method. Did you get what I meant there? And then folding it over. If it's not accurate enough, then I'm going to refold it. So yeah, probably not accurate enough. So this is actually the most challenging part of it, which is trying to get this accurate is the biggest challenge. I think mine's pretty good. And of course, once you've done one, I guess you can use that as your template for the next one, as others have pointed out to me. But I do like it. It's just a little exercise of seeing how similar you could measure it. Or you can just trust your eye and instincts and go very slowly and carefully. You can reposition again. And then taking that and folding it up, or doing it separately, and just checking the overlap. So it sounds like Galen, you must have done this before. Has anybody else made these tiles or played this game before? Tachi? Yeah, as I said, I don't know if it's always been with paper or not. Yeah, rather wonderful. I will wait till you're ready. So I folded it over and then up again. So it's like that. Very simple to make, except for how tough it could be on the fingers. So let me know when you're ready, and then I'll show you how to make a tile. And I think you should quite quickly get the idea and repeat that and make your own set. Let me know how you get on. Yeah, excellent. And I think enjoying some colour combinations is really good too. Yeah, excellent, great. So nice and simple. You're just going to take one corner. Doesn't matter which fold is on which side. Don't worry. Super simple. All you do is take one corner and fold it up like so. So all those layers up. Obviously, it's quite thick. These things have to be quite structural. So one corner, and then the other corner the opposite way. So you're making that interesting parallelogram shape. Doesn't matter which way you do it. There we go. So, because this always reminds me a little bit of the Ninja Stars, but thankfully you don't have to think about mirror images and complexities like that. Great. You done that one? It's simple, but it's lovely. And I'm just really enjoying simple folds at the moment. It doesn't have to be complicated to be really beautiful and precious, and sometimes the simpler just makes you appreciate everything so much more. Right, so for your second piece of paper, just do exactly the same way as you have for the other one. So just the same as you've done. I said it's simple. It's probably the thirds that's the hardest thing, which is why maybe I rather enjoy having that as a nice little challenge. See if you can judge it by eye. Why not? That will be lovely little things. I agree. It'd be really nice actually framed. All of those little padded tiles. The strength of them is lovely. Right, I'll assume that you're ready for the next step, but do shout if you need more time. As I said, this is a nice simple fold. So maybe have a think which colour you want as your back. I might go for cream as my backing colour. So that's the one at the back. And I'm going to take my white one, in this case, and place it on the other. So it looks like this. It looks like it could be a nice kind of ninja star type thing already, doesn't it? So placing that on there. Yep. So you can see that the cream is on the back there. And all I'm going to do is take one side. It'll be very tight, and in a way that's exactly as it should be, because this all needs to be quite tight. So I'm going to take one side and fold it inwards, and then the other side. So it's almost like giving it a little hug. The second piece is hugging the other one, like that. And you might want to really make sure it's as positioned as well as you can. Let me see, I'm going to get this a little bit tighter if I can. It is a good old tough one to do. Get it working well. There's lots of paper, quite thick. I've used copy paper. Maybe you have too. And then the next move is simple, really. It's doing the same thing with the other side. So taking the top, and I'm bringing this down, and this loose edge needs to tuck under the flat there. So I'm lifting that up, tucking that under, and then closing it. That works for you. So I brought in both sides, and then I brought down one top, and I'm just going to open this up so I can tuck it underneath and then close it again. And then, like all modular things, because it is a modular piece, it's always the last one that's the hardest. This is the point where you see everyone's tongue sticking out of concentration. It's to take the bottom and then lift this up. And in this case, you're going to need to tuck it under. So curving it round and pushing it in. So curving it around and pushing it in. And this is the final step, which will bring it all together. So curving it in, pushing it in, being patient, pushing it in, and there we go. It is neat, isn't it? It's so lovely. Again, I think it's how simple it is. It's beautiful. So I've got this other colour on the back. So it's really striking, particularly when you use different colours when it's flipped over. Have you done this before, Stephen? Is this one that you've made before? In a way, you feel like you should have done. I don't know if you have. But yeah, they really do. They are very chunky. There's a puffiness to them, isn't there? And yeah, I don't know whether you can try experimenting. As I said, I found it very hard when it's on a solid surface. The thing that you're throwing can easily flip, but it's trying to get the other to flip over. But I have found a softer surface is better. If you have a sheepskin rug, I found that a really good one. And then you can aim at a corner and it can flip over. There is a nice weight. So I mean, you can enjoy them as things, and they make a lovely little set of tiles. And maybe it could be a challenge to play with others, or if you could share them with people younger than yourselves, possibly. They might have a bit more energy. Oh, excellent. Oh, yeah, much thinner. I don't know how that would work, because in a way it probably needs to be quite thick and strong to be able to really throw it down with force, but that's interesting. Yeah, nice puzzle pieces. I agree. It had a fold side underneath it and make it easy to topple. Maybe. I think it's how difficult it is that's the fun of it as well. Yeah. Slightly wonder if you could kind of thread them together as well. I'm sure you can have loads of fun with this. Oh, coin? That's an idea. That would make it heavier. Yeah, I'm just seeing this back. I'm wondering whether you could hang it some tatchy bunting. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, or little tiny ones you could wear. I don't know. But I hope that they can bring you joy and just enjoy this simple but surprisingly difficult game. It could also be a parcel. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. They do feel particularly, they almost feel a lot more like gifts, don't they? Because they're so thick and heavy. Um, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. So as I said, I've put down a film which will come out in a month's time as well for the summer holidays. I'm sorry it's quite sporadic now, and I think probably in the summer holidays I'm taking some annual leave, as well as I will make sure that I'm in the wards when I have got a day. So it may not be until, oh, okay, kite tails, that's a nice idea. Yeah, well, that's a good idea, Marnie. I wonder if there is a way to link them. Please experiment. Let me know if you find anything new with that. That would be fantastic. So it may not be until the autumn that I'm back. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure it out. I will put, as I have done before, the title for this film. At some point I'll change and say when the next one is. I'm sorry it's so sporadic. I'm amazed that all of you managed to come together. So lovely. Very touching. You're very, very welcome. So it will return, but as I said, it's a little bit more sporadic, but at least we keep going, don't we? Wishing you, I hope, lots of time outside. I hope you can do some nice things this summer and enjoy, yeah, hopefully enjoy some more summery weather. It's either too summery, it's not summery enough, isn't it? Really. Thank you. You're very welcome. Glad you could see the notification. Thank you. Excellent. Well, yeah, I hope you can have a break and maybe do some fun origami, maybe experiment with this, or maybe it's time just to get outside, take a break from it, and come back in the autumn with some fresh renewal for being inside again and folding. Take care, everyone. Bye. See you soon.